Welcome to episode 36 of the Ride and Inspire Rawcast. I'm taking you on one of my evening walks again, and today's topic is something that has been on my mind for a long time, and I really hope that it helps you. So let's say you've been riding every weekend, you're hitting the same trails, and you're feeling faster every time. But are you actually getting better? Or are you just getting better at riding the same trails with the same mistakes? The thing is, many mountain bikers think they're improving, while in reality, they're reinforcing habits that will come back to haunt them later on. So if you ever felt stuck or frustrated, or you feel that crashes are becoming way too common, then this episode is for you. Today I'm breaking down it's maybe actually the biggest reason riders plateau, and of course I'll also share how to fix it. So to get better at riding trails, you gotta ride trails, right? It sounds kind of logical. Well, we're looking at that today, because here's the catch. Just riding, it'll give you the illusion of progress. Sure, you are getting better at choosing lines, for example, at reacting to obstacles, but the thing is, are you actually improving your core skills? Or are you just repeating the same mistakes a little faster? Because imagine you've been driving a car for years. You commute every day, you navigate traffic, and you feel comfortable behind the wheel. But does that automatically make you a race car driver or an expert at handling emergency situations? Probably not, right? Well, because simply driving every day doesn't teach you the advanced skills like high-speed cornering, like emergency braking, or how to control a skid on ice. And now let's think about how this relates to mountain biking. Because most riders believe that just riding more trails will automatically make them better. And yes, they do get more comfortable, just like daily drivers get used to traffic. But when things go wrong, like hitting a tricky rock garden, or like that steep corner, or needing to stop suddenly, it's dedicated skills practice that makes the difference between staying in control or crashing. So I'm on a mission to make mountain biking safer and to make this sport more inclusive, to help riders get out of that fear zone, and to allow riders to enjoy trails probably until they're like 100 years old. As I keep saying, my oldest client is 84. And to do this, I need to debunk some myths in the mountain bike world. So back to our car analogy. So just like a car race driver would train specific techniques like braking drills, high-speed maneuvering, or reacting to other hazards, a great mountain biker needs to train some core skills like balance, braking, body positioning, and cornering before applying them on the trail. But the thing is, most mountain bikers only ride, or they attend single-day skills clinics, and then they expect to magically master new techniques. That's like taking single Spanish class, learning how to order food at a restaurant, and then expecting to hold a heated debate about politics in Spanish the next year. As I said in my last YouTube video, I don't really want to hold a discussion about politics nowadays, but the point is it's unrealistic, because just like language skills, mountain bike skills require consistent and structured practice to truly stick. Without repetition and refinement, you'll forget the technique or execute it incorrectly when you actually need it. Just like you'd probably freeze up in a conversation because you never actually practice speaking Spanish in real life situations. So let me talk more about what I mentioned previously and what I call the illusion of progress. Imagine you're riding the same trail like multiple times, and on your second or third run, you feel faster and safer. So it does feel like progress, right? And to some extent, of course, it is progress. I mean, you're improving your soft skills like your line choice, your anticipation, and trail awareness. And these skills are important, of course, but they're only part of the equation. Because, while you're building some skills, the soft skills I just mentioned, you're also reinforcing some of the flawed hard skills. And these flawed skills are foundational movement patterns like proper braking, body positioning, and roll downs and balance, and they truly matter. But the scary part is these errors often go unnoticed until they become a problem. You might not feel them now, but eventually they'll lead to stagnation, frustration, or even crashes as you increase the difficulty of the terrain. So let me give you an analogy you may recognize. Think of learning mountain bike skills like climbing a ladder. And if the rungs of this ladder are spaced too far apart, you can still climb up to some point, but then you'll get so high that you're afraid to go further, because if you miss the next step, you'll fall really hard. And that's exactly what happens when you rely on riding alone without structured skills training. You'll reach a point where your soft skills, like reading the trail or reaction time, have developed, but your hard skills, like braking and balance, are missing steps. So the higher you go, the harder it is to correct them. Does that sound familiar? So let's be clear. Riding alone is valuable because you're improving your coordination, your reaction time, your rhythm, your orientation, you're improving your trail awareness, like line choice, anticipation, and you are improving your strength and endurance, but only to a point, because also here you'll need structured practice, so structured training, to improve these beyond a specific level. And of course it's fun. But here's what just riding doesn't improve much at all, and that's braking technique, body positioning, especially its nuances, cornering skills, wheel lifts and jumps, balance and control. Because these movement patterns, they are what keep you safe in the long run, and they're also what make you fast in the long run if you want to ride fast, but they'll definitely keep you safe. But without refining these hard skills, you're more likely to plateau, or worse, crash when the complications become too, let's call it, abundant on the trail. So when the trail becomes too challenging. So, should you ditch riding and only do skills practice? Well, no way. The key definitely is the balance. Trail riding is when you apply your skills and develop trail awareness. And skills practice is where you build and refine the techniques that make you a better rider, that seriously make you a better rider. So by combining both, that's when you'll see real progress, not just the illusion of progress. So if you want to do that, and if you want a simple way to kickstart your skills practice, then you can start with my free track stand course. It's a perfect way to build balance and control, which are key for basically everything on a mountain bike. And I'd love to see you there. Sending you much love. Thanks for listening to another episode. I'm Roxy.